And we're live. I probably should have tried to log in before starting the stream, but at this time of day, that will have much of a wait. Aww. Oh, well, there's my server. Oh, well. Yeah, with a wait time of 20, we'll be in there pretty quick. I was leveling my warrior a little bit last night, but I think we're just going to continue, which means swapping back over to the Dragoon and heading back to the moon. Man. I think Labyrinthos is maybe my favorite looking area so far. Fafnir looks great. Don't get me wrong. I love its color palette. And its town is fantastic. Oh, I need to go glamour my spear, because this one is you know, it's not fantastic. We'll do that first. The armor's pretty fine. We'll keep that. I need to get my warrior and my white mage up to start going through dungeons as them, but I feel like it's probably best practice. It's safest to go through new dungeons and story like trials and such as DPS, because I don't want to screw up a run being a bad tank or a bad healer. I haven't done heals in a while. I haven't tanked any of the new stuff, and I don't, you know, anything I've never done before. I don't know it going in. I'm not looking this stuff up beforehand, so best to like learn it, and then I'll tank and heal afterwards. Yes, much better. You know what's a better looking spear? This. Very happy with that. Some of the recollection weapons are, you know, kind of whatever. That one's great. Alright, let's go back to Bestway Burrows. And chat up the very, very chatty Lulpurits, the naming ways. Okay, this music is also great. I constantly talk about how Charlane's music is great, and it's still probably my favorite, but like, this is ultra nostalgic. Stream looks a little bit more smooth than earlier. I was doing Mortal Shell, and it looked kind of choppy the whole way through. But this is looking a bit more smooth. Closer to 60 at least. I don't really know what changed or what the difference is. I had like some tabs open, but I haven't reset my PC since. About to be 86, just starting 84 quests. Maybe I really should have Tanker White Mage catch up. It's probably almost easier to get White Mage up, right? Like, that would be easier to run through content I don't know. As soon as I get back in the swing of healer. I need to redo my bars, though. Again, this is kind of a slightly fresh install of the game, so none of my old customization stuff is set up, and everybody knows the default is just bad. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities, which we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. So we're going to be going around. Yeah, so Hydaelyn's plan just sounds like piecing out of the entire system. We killed Zodiark, and there was, like, a very elaborate backup plan for that happening. So this was kind of the plan all along. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with your foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. Okay. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of a theorist rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Yeah, maybe we could, like, stop that. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the operates in this vessel. Let's. Could this hold, you know, like, all of the people of our planet? Because if not, I don't know how grand of an idea this is. Oh, we're going way off to the side. And lower. I feel like dropping here would probably kill me. Do we... Is this door up here? Maybe. There's not really a door down there that I see. So let's see if we can enter over here. Oh, but it looks like there's a path below. Yeah, we're going below. That step is a wall. Don't really see anything else up here. But yeah, so Hydaelyn, like, 100% planned on Zodiark eventually being defeated. She had the seals and everything. Oh, we can't get the map fragment from up here. She had him sealed and everything, and, like, Fandaniel definitely took control of a very incomplete Zodiark. So he could maybe come back eventually. Like, that could be, there could be another Zodiark fight later on in Endwalker. But for now, we seem to have, like, completely already defeated him, which is very unexpected. I guess we go through that door. Right. Livingway just told us to meet them in the Caratorium. They didn't really tell us how to get here. Wow, that's a big door! Right in front of another big door. That's huge. Ooh. Pretty. Super pretty. Hopping way. Let's see, but I'm very busy. Perhaps we can check on the time. Yawning way. Yawn. Oh, I must have dozed off. What was it that I was supposed to be doing again? Dang, this is kind of big. Alright, this place looks pretty great too. And they have little moth maid robots. What? Those are enemies. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but like, why? Why? Why are there any enemies at all in your vessel, Livingway? Hello, Cookingway. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production, Cookingway. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up. But we're all quite famished. And we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Okay. Thancred and Ariandra said no. Once everything's never enough, you'll be back for second and thirds, I'm sure of it. I'm here to hear what you think of our work. I'm sure there's some small room for improvement, but I'm confident you'll be satisfied. Well, let's go check it out. Questingway. This doesn't require a debate. We have work to do, so quit dragging your feet and get to it. Open the storage unit and find rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Let's try a blue carrot. The blue variety is strangely supple to the touch and smells vaguely of mint. Its excessive length and girth only adds to the dubiousness of this so-called carrot. Sure. Mint carrot sounds, super weird. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cookingway whether it's safe to eat first. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Multicolored carrots are totally a thing, though I don't think I've ever seen a blue one. All the other ones look vaguely natural, except huge. So Cookingway, do you only have, like, different varieties of carrots? So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? We have this obscenely large carrot. Oh, yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. You're taken by surprise when blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. As you take your second bite, you can feel your mental faculties sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe, and for a brief moment, the mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths, but the revelation is fleeting. When you at last finish the carrot, a sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers on your tongue, and the number 42 in your mind. Wow! Philosopher's carrot. Find your mind is suddenly much sharper than usual. That, I mean, that's good. Does it, you know, actually fulfill nutritional requirements? All of them? Just through carrots? The Philosopher's Carrot improves mental fortitude. Something of a shock at first bite, but it's well worth the endurance, enhanced powers of cognition. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. But like, what if... Do you have anything other than carrots? They are pretty extraordinary nonetheless. Then why do you seem so disappointed? If they're lacking somehow, we need to know. Well... I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. Precisely. That's, you know, that's cool. But is that the only type of food you have? If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods that you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss as to where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to producing a single perfect food. Yeah, man cannot live on raw carrots alone. I mean, don't get me wrong, I eat a lot of carrots, but you need, like, green veggies and meat occasionally, and, like, carbs. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for someone named Questingway, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Questingway isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the Old Tongue. You know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. Hydaelyn, quite the planner. I hope our critiques, such as they are, will helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Yeah, we'll take some carrot juice. Yo, honestly, carrot juice is delicious. Like, really, really good. Just pure, super fresh carrot juice. You get like a blender or a grinder or what have you and get some carrot juice out of it. Oh man, it's so good. You can put it in smoothies. You can serve it iced. Serve it room temp. It's so good. I love carrot juice. I haven't had carrot juice in so long. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing productions is sure to impress this way. Especially, like, if carrot juice could open my mind to the secrets of the cosmos, I would drink that every day. They'll still need other food? No doubt. But I would drink that every day. Why are you an enemy? Oh my god, it's the FF4 theme. Okay, I'm suddenly okay with the presence of enemies just for that theme. That's nostalgic as hell. Wait, we're not going this way. We're going... What are those? Cactus? I just ran up the first ramp I saw. Fall damage. That's okay. Okay. pretty sure I remember my combo. We've run several dungeons as Dragoon. There are definitely more attacks I could throw in there. Can I walk up this? Okay, good. What do you even have up there? Here we are, the apparel production station. You've chosen to employ more traditional methods of this task. Creation magics. Hey! Hydaelyn, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the selfsame affinity for magic her people possessed. I guess he's talking about... Livingway is talking about the ancient Asians instead of, like, you know, Hydaelyn and Zodiark, the gods. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized aether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra V's we need. V's? That's something they talked about. Like the Red Mage stuff talks about Viz, right? V's? Why, how resourceful. Also, creation magics. Let's maybe learn some of that stuff. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'll also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession, for the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves nimble workers and they will see to the rest. Oh, you're talking about the Lolliprints, or Lolliprints, and not the mechanized workers. People just have to avoid those, because, like, there's kind of a lot of them. Are you going around the back of this thing? It looks like we should be going to the middle of it, but I didn't see a way up. Here we go. Ah, it's you. One of the visitors from Etheris. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Alright, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Ooh. What is your idea of a fashionable, refined ensemble? Something I can go back and immediately impress Charlayan with? Fashionable, right. This will only take a moment. Creation magic and crystals at work. Ooh. This is a mix. There we are all finished. A perfect fit, if I do say so myself. I mean, it's a perfect fit, but I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion on Etheris. But I'd wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps you can start a new trend. My top piece, I regret to inform you, looks like a level 1 to level 5 piece of armor. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you might not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. Change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look at your map for the garment changes. Area of effect. Speak with Restless Lollipit in order to return. Oh, well, I mean, that's a big area. Will I change back if I get in a fight? Are you gonna follow me up these steps? No, not at all. Jubilant Lollipit. No one said you'd be coming. Or how can I help you? Wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course, it would be my honor. Do you have anything in mind? Got anything with a little more flair? You know what? I am looking for clothes with an altogether different design. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. It would be kind of wild if there really were like 3 different options per interaction here. Okay. It's better, except for the leopard print, and I don't know why I have bandanas on my hands and the same mask. Some of my best work yet. You're a stranger, aren't you? I honestly wasn't sure to do when you didn't ask for anything specific. I take my work seriously, however, and I'm never one to disappoint. That ensemble is a blend of concepts of myriad professions, all-purpose attire for the modern woman of Aetheris. This mask is still wild, and the leopard print. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Won't you go show Livingway? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Yeah, I must continue wearing it. Come back here if I need. The leopard print. I kind of like these arm pieces. The dress is still basic, like something from the very beginning. The boots and pants are pretty okay. But the leopard print and the big old metal seal and the mask. Okay, well, back to Livingway, who I'm sure is going to love this outfit. Okay, I'm out. Alright then. Is everybody going to come back looking like a clown? Why? Don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. You notice how it's not similar to anything any of us were wearing? Shh, you needn't speak. I see your adoration for the moon, and we Lolperits in your eyes. No doubt our friends feel the same having sampled our creations. Where are they? What have you done to Stola? Oh my. I mean, Thancred looks kind of fancy. Yeah, the same leopard print. And mask. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Yee. I insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Urianger, you should keep those gloves. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. The mask almost looks good on you. The leopard print is not so great. Oh, you should keep those gloves and those boots. I think it's past time we return these clothes. Though honestly, our pants and boots are pretty okay. Urianger should keep those gloves and boots. They're actually kind of fancy. I was so confident our garments would meet your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. Yeah, we don't follow that anymore at all. We thought we could appeal to modern tastes by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to excavating the people of Aetheris, they will most certainly have need of your attire. Is excavating the right word there? I suppose. Taking them off of the earth, out of the earth. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Mayhap we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery. Frippery? Thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that you're aware of. We were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. That's leaving a lot of other people to just die. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right, but honestly, I think we're probably looking at, you know, saving the main one, thereby saving the rest of them? Living way, might we have leave to explore best way bearers unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There is actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let us be off then, shall we? Good man, Ariange. You keep getting to know them. What are you on about? Ariange can take Living Way. I'll take the curious one. Ah! My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about visitors come from Aetheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growingway, by the way. See you soon. Oh, way back in the original room. Well then. Let's check out the domiciles and see if they're actually prepared to carry lots of us. If not, we may have to somehow merge this place with Labyrinthos. Which, even if we did that, like, packing everyone from Aetheris in those two places would be extremely packed. Oh no. Wait. Those domiciles are already our size. You're here, you're really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? My name's Rad. Rad Mahou. Eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Rad, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Sure? Do you have... Oh, is this the new residential area?
Ready in the teleporter.
That's not the voice I expected. I guess maybe the houses behind us are your domiciles. We don't match.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh, thank you, Growing Way. Not Growing Way. Yeah, Growing Way. Oh, well, this isn't bad. This is fine. We're right here. And that looked like Urianger. Yeah.
As thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
Well, you have one type of food, and you're currently reconstructing a domicile, so we can't even really comment on that.
If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side.
Well,
The final days will wait for no one.
I mean, that's probably
If your
true.
people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
The Charlans, right?
Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Who are your
Wherefore
collaborators?
wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
Ah,
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
you're going to find the
You
rest of
understand that in the
Etherean
face
people.
of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality.
I mean, that's very
Difficult
true.
Choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
To be a conspirator.
Ah, idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I'm terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction.
You're extremely
I hadn't
cartoony.
realised the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
And now they all realize I'm here. We're here. Oh. Alright, Anje, what did you say? Alright, Anje. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. That'll be nice, yeah. Shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. I probably would have liked it except for the scale. Then again, a bed that's meant for someone like 5 times my size would be kind of cool. You can now travel between the upper and lower floors of Bestway Barrows via the teleporter. Cool, and we got Phrygian leg covers. Sagaskin trousers, maybe. Oh, wait, didn't we also get... Yes. That's okay. It's very fancy. Always keen to put his recent mishap behind him. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. I mean, that's almost certainly true. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look at the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me. I do kind of like that it's called a burrow. So we're gonna go all the way down, and then east. And this better be like 2% of the total space. We could build like a tiered city in this area, right? But it would probably get in the way of everything. And who knows if the Curatorium could sustain that. Like, you're seriously going to need to just attach Labyrinthos to this place. Certainly that's what the Charlans are working on. They're your collaborators. They have to be. Good you're here. Here the store is the grandest Innsvale. It was named as such because it's the Vale to end all vales, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. Well, that's good. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. Fountain in a forest sounds cool. Sure. Oh, I should change my active sidebar. Yeah. This door is gigantic, even for people of the Watcher size. Reading away, grinding away. You just love books? I absolutely adore them. They taught me so much. Don't tell anyone, but they also taste delicious. That's... You should probably grow out of eating paper. Do these floors look clean to you? I don't know. I feel like they could use a little more polishing. They look pretty good, actually. Like, the place looks nice and fancy. Where's the forest? Ah, green tile. How incredibly grassy. I don't understand why you have hostile robots. Maybe they just don't recognize this yet, because we're not Ascian size. Let's fill in the map real quick. I'm sure the game will direct me this way, but mild completionists influences, you know? And I did find an Aether Current in the main room. There's probably somewhere in the Curatorium. I mean, that's a pretty fountain. That's cool. kind of reminds me of stuff where I come from, except it's all metal. Probably metal and glass. Well, you've got two. This is definitely not a forest area. The floor is all tile. You have creation magics. How did you not make plants? You know? Where does your air come from? Well, okay, we're breathing on the moon. It's not as much of a concern. Anyway, so what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, the place looks cool. But there are no, there's no forest. Simply sublime? I couldn't see the forest or the trees. I didn't see any... Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there? Right you are, our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscapes as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. I can tell! The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. Thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find it as a forest on Etheirys. Well, that is good! The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. Yeah? Okay. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Stretch? Look at myself. That's the spirit I feel more relaxed simply watching. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. It's not too much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Etheirys. Could we maybe... Sure! You will? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. Okay. We're walking with Growing Way. I suppose... Let's walk back. You wouldn't mind a jog, would you? Like, the place looks really cool, but I hate to inform you that, this is not a forest. I was thinking, Rad, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little bit about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task. Furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. See, if we're moving the whole moon, we could, which is the plan that was described last time, we could maybe, with enough time and preparation, hold everybody. Especially if we have those cryo chambers that you all are sleeping in. But, like, we gotta save those other shards too. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. Haha. I've been here long enough to know that's a biblical reference. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Now that makes sense. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? Yeah. It certainly wasn't work you dare rush, either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. Yeah, but that's good and fine. If you want to build something that operates for the long term, which you definitely do. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris. The Allegan's mischief, I think. Right, we saw that outside and haven't investigated it yet. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. I want to go investigate that satellite. Would that be like Xandy's people? Can I taste the rainbow crystal? What? No. I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Aetheris, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements. Wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetheris. Conjuring a fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the Aether conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Yeah, that kind of figures. We might have to do something about that. Let's go get Eden! Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. Okay, fair. Super, super fair. Super, super, super fair. Oh, we're going in a big circle, aren't we? Dang, this music is too calm. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're messed of crystals and not trees. Yeah, they're not... Oh, they're radiating. What, light? I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better, even. That's quite a task. Actually. Quite a task. The sun and similar celestial objects in the Great Expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest is truly the greatest. You need to see an actual forest. You're a rabbit bunny creature. You need to see an actual forest. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the result could be disastrous. True. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people in Aetheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Who did she hook you up with, though? Because, like, if it's the Charlans, I question Hydaelyn even more. Right? The first was rough. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak with him directly for a short while. We shared with him everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. Really? The place doesn't look like it. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, okay, well, yeah, sure, that explains that. We learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I mean, it is cool and pleasant. Wow, that face guard. I knew you would like Greatest Innsvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it's just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Again, I think you need to see a forest. This place is cool, but it needs some nature. There you are. I think you've already received the grand tour. A shame you missed it. Growingway, I've been looking all over for you. Oriange? Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growingway. Hey, Oriange! What were you all talking about? Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They think this is a forest! It's got some pretty cool features, but it's not a forest. They spent 12,000 years preparing this? No, it sounded more like 6. Or maybe 10 if I misheard. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. It would be very different. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Yeah, a lot of Aetheris is not gonna want to come along willingly. Or all the other shards, which we should still try and do. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. It's very true. Some people will choose to just rough it out on the final days, and probably live out their final days. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs my attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. No, I have to get up to shady stuff again. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you excuse me. I need to go conspire. Oriange is now aware that the collaborators are the Charlians. Big assumption on my part, but like, that just feels right, you know? 'Tis clear now that different decisions lie ahead of us. Difficult decisions. Water break. Hydration check complete. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections. Thank you! And I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Big agree, Stola! Big agree! The final days will make brave fools of us all. Yeah... Well, that we're definitely ready for. By now, Thancred can tell when his friends are up to something. Yeah, let's go spy on Oriange. Did Oriange seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Did you go and see if he's alright? Shola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry up, perhaps you can catch up to him. Alright, sure. Y'all check out this... You know, this place is cool. It's not a forest, but it's cool. These are like almost trees, but they're still, I guess, crystalline. Man, I spend most of my time growing plants, tending like vegetables and fruits and things back home, and moving people around. But this is not how you build a forest. This is a cool park. See, this is a cool park. I guess, kind of. You could do a lot more with it, but that's nice for kids. But this is not a forest or a park. They're trying. They're trying, that's for sure. I think if you had 12,000 years, pretty sure they said 6, but if you had 12,000 years, like, you could do a little better. I don't know, maybe they got the books, like, a few hundred years ago. That would kind of explain things. Even in a few hundred years, though. Like, it's been only... It hasn't been that long since the last calamity, and already we have, you know, major cities. I guess a lot of the major cities were there before, though. He's going up, eh? To where? Central Command? I can teleport up there quicker. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrow. Interesting. I can catch up to him with the power of mounts. And asynchronous cutscenes. I could go, like, level another character and run a couple of dungeons and come back, and I would catch him just in time. Good old video game logic. Nothing like actually manipulating reality. Did we just miss him? That was probably another player, right? Yeah, there's someone right up there. Rip. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What's this other buff? Oh. Oh, come on, he looked back. He saw me. Unless I really blend in. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. I mean, it seems like he looked back and didn't see me. So at least this distance is fine. Follow Urianger from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed, or if you fall too far behind. Come back here if you fail. I don't have anything to hide behind. You can hide behind this hill. I guess there are a couple of rocks up there. It depends on when he looks back, right? For someone who was once a big conspirator, way back when, you're not very inconspicuous or good at noticing when you're being followed. You can't see my spear. Oh, you're sprinting now, are you? I still feel like I should maybe hide here. Well, at least you're being properly paranoid. Somewhat. think he's gonna notice us from here. Going to the fungal area? Oh, now you notice me.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Yeah, well. Given how conspiratorially you've been in the past, I'll assume you just pretended to not see me.
Conversation with Livingway, I presume.
You know I was there.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again.
Well, maybe we could decide what to do as a group, eh?
Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity.
The burden of being a good liar, eh?
Contrived to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy.
Maybe we should do the same to the plan here, right? Hydaelyn wants to nope out with only the source?
One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade and Flamine, her beloved daughter.
Wait,
Two souls,
I thought Flamine was her
whose
sister.
selflessness was
I'm just
beyond measure,
misremembering
whose
it.
resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward.
That's gotta weigh heavy on you.
No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs.
You have a chance to do different now.
That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
Yeah. That was another early sacrifice.
In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
You know, sometimes people can fool themselves as to what the greater good actually is. Just because, like, one outcome that saves some is easier than an outcome that saves all. It's not your fault, Orange.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation.
I think maybe this time we should listen to that trepidation.
The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning.
Amarot.
One which
I always
must
said
never
Amarot.
again come to pass.
But even if we get all of the source out, it's still going to happen to all of the reflections.
Haunted by ghosts of those we have lost. Clinging to those we pray we can yet save.
Hey man, that's life.
But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
I mean, to say sometimes there's no right answer, that's only when, like, presented with certain options and then not thinking of other ones. But then sometimes you don't have the time to weigh the costs, but also, if you want to do like a cold cost-benefit analysis type of thing, that may not be the right choice either, honestly. History shows that. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can. But also, let's definitely try and save the source and all of the
Sage
others'
Council indeed.
shards.
I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement.
Oh, yeah.
Strange.
Vrithra.
Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
That's true. A lot of
I
events that unfolded have not been
For all
between.
my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts.
Well, that's often the case, I find. There've been very few private
As for
scenes
the
between me and
Loporrit's
Eringe.
proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond.
What did they ask of you?
It would be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers.
I.
A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with
Nagato.
all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Who else is spying on us, eh? Of course.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Your plans may not be good enough. Just like the Charlayan's plans are probably not good enough. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Buddy, we're a team. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy enmity. And so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? Yeah, absolutely. What bit was that? Foot gear. Let's see if he's matched the pants. Yeah? Yeah. They match. I think I prefer the previous armor I had, but this is very Loporrit Moon themed. Let's see what the hands and head look like, eh? I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway Barrows. Difficult decisions must need be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris and the shards. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. I hope you'll tell me what that is when we speak again. Not too far away. An abundance of spungoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Numa, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform this incantation? Yeah, you're gonna have to try extra hard, from what I know about the ethereal makeup of this place. I'll protect you from moon terrors, like this extremely pretty plant. Start to heal up now. Where's the second one? Another wave? That's fine. Surveying the nearby areas, you see no signs of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is fared. Indeed. He's quite capable, but might run into some difficulty here. Urianger remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magic ink. Every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the Numa. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of my own choosing, which I pray the Loporits will appreciate. Rad! Urianger! Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or had perhaps fallen into a crater. No, I imagine there's a lot of that around here, but what a convenient excuse. Shola has been looking all over for you, Rad. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. What have her and Thancred found? She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Rad alone, which means, I'm afraid, you must stay behind, Urianger. I smell plot. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand. Delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporits. And we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. Given all the construction you've done over the last 12,000 years... I really hope this first one is said with a wink and a nod to Urianger. Because that's what I would do. Good. Yeah, you're a terrible liar. I mean, yes. Very good. But let's not keep you then. She said she would be waiting for you in the Greatest Innsvale. Or somewhere thereabouts. I'm sure we'll find her soon enough. Worry not, Rad. I shan't be long. We both know what's up, Urianger. Not even going to mention that I would be way better at carrying something heavy than Urianger, but hey, whatever. Oh no, a side quest. Blue side quest. I know what that means. Oh, that's an unfortunate camera. Oh, bother. There's no sign of any of them, and it's almost time to eat. You there. If you happen to be heading to the Caratorium, could you let my fellows know it's mealtime? If we don't eat, I can't take my nap. Oh, that's... Many thanks. They should come running at the mention of Carrots of Happiness. So just say those 3 magic words, and they'll be on their way. Okay. That's not too bad. Oh no, you're a separate quest. Yeah, these are both Aetheryte quests. Excuse me, miss, have you by chance seen any thieves prowling about with ill-gotten iron carrots? They're crimson, tender, surprisingly heavy. The carrot, that is, not the thieves. If you haven't seen them, I'm sure you will. We've been told that you adventurers are quite good at solving crimes that no one else can be bothered with. I'm good at beating people up. Why do you have thieves? Wonderful, I'm relying on you to solve our carrot caper. Honestly, what manner of fiend would deny a Loporrit their dinner? Anyway, our culprits, took 4 carrots in all. Those are not easy to carry about, so I dare say they can't have gotten far. I mean, I suspect your culprits are the hostile bots that have yet to be explained. Why are bots in here hostile at all? carrot, my carrot. Oh, right. Carrot of happiness. What? They're serving carrots of happiness today. The deep luscious orange, the tempting slender silhouette. Wait for me, my darlings. I'm coming for you. Yeah, you're hungry. Nibbled iron carrot. Is this gonna slow me down? Scrumptious looking iron carrot has been tragically abandoned in its prime. Or was it close enough to it to pick it up? No? Weird. What I should have done first is this. Scrumptious looking iron carrot has been nibbled at. A philosopher's carrot. Tragically abandoned in its prime. And this one I remember. Based on the primer you but recently received, you can say with relative certainty that the iron carrots are not blue. Okay, so there's more to find? Yeah. Hey, you! You are maybe enjoying the deep truths of space a little bit too much. What? No, of course I'm not stealing. These are mine. Is it so wrong to enjoy an early dinner? Well, he was probably eating the philosopher's carrots. Though you still kind of left them everywhere. Oh, be quiet, you. That's so weird. Oh, well then. That's not the one I wanted boosted. Oh well. Nope. We have to look elsewhere. Is this not the first one I came across anyway? It is not. Carrot supporter. Insufficient stock of iron carrots. Iron carrot detected. Infiltrating iron campers. Initiating iron carrot pyramid. Bud. I don't know that that was the thief either. But then again, I don't know that, like, are these robots doing their jobs? Why are they hostile? You know? Oh, you're not over here, you're over there. No, you're down here. Ah! Oh, no falling damage, cool. You. Carrot of happiness. Could that mean, yes, it must be time to eat at last. Oh, I waited for this moment. There's nothing like a carrot of happiness to fill the void in one's belly and soul. Yeah. I'm trying to get an aetheryte current to fill the belly of my soul. My map navigation soul. Right. Carrot o' happiness. Yes, I do say. Working at projections for optimal carrot production based on the total population of Aetheris to ensure that... Oh, never mind! I must make haste, or I'll miss out on seconds. Ideally, that's all we need to do here. And then we can go speak to Stola and learn that she did not request my presence at all. You've returned and everyone is accounted for. Sustenance is essential to Slopwards, though I suppose people are the same. In any case, we expend a lot of effort in raising a whole variety of carrots. Carrots of happiness are a new cultivar that are particularly comforting, though. Sorry if I just poisoned anyone with yawns. It seems almost silly to have our workers consume so many carrots just so that we can produce more carrots. But that's a problem that can be solved with even more carrots. No need to worry about the details. I'll work out the figures just as soon as... what were we talking about? Don't worry about it. I'm back. Please tell me you found the carrots. I found some that had been nibbled on, and a few philosopher's ones. And someone who was very insistent that they were not the thief, and then a robot. The supporter? I never would have suspected. It's supposed to help us farm carrots, not eat them. I recall the technician said something about enhancing its code with a love of carrots to increase work efficiency, but to go so far as to steal carrots for herself, I fear it may now love them a little too much. Alas, those poor carrots, but at least we know what became of them, and how to prevent this happening again. Thank you for your assistance. I am somewhat surprised that hasn't happened in the somewhere between 6,000 and 12,000 years you've been working on this. Especially since I assume those robots come from, like, Hydaelyn creation magics. Now, to Stola. Rad, we thought you'd be away for far longer. I was told you had something urgent for me to say. Yep, that's exactly what I expected. but as you're here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growingway's, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? Well, what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice, and, no? Well, if it's really that important, you can try using these balls of moose flesh. Try not to be confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd, and when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective, he was here in Great Ascensvale when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him. No doubt, I'll have an arrow pointing me directly to where he is, which is really close. Cool. We'll run there. And avoid the rabbit bots. Search your surroundings for Runningway. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target Runningway and throw moose balls at him with RT and A. You're just walking. You're also just walking. Unassuming Walperit. I don't see anyone running away? Wow, that's smart. If that was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. That was a rather... I wasn't expecting fireworks. Are you running away? Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? Phrasing. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ha, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hydaelyn did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Walperit around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better go and hope that I don't get my paws on them. I'm being led around by Livingway and Growingway. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. Well... there he's living up to his name. Oh, come on. We're being led around. Growingway, what have you got to say for yourself? Neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I found him, and he knows nothing. So he knows no more than the others. Growingway? Care to explain yourself? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? He got tasked with something else by Livingway. On his way to Watcher's Palace with Livingway. And you've been delaying us. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe your time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. Oh? You remember now, do you? The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Well... I mean, one person checking out the archives is probably not a terrible idea. Right? 86! Still on 84 quests. Ooh, Heaven's Thrust. And Chaotic Spring. From Lance Mastery 3. Also, appropriately Moon. I like the primary black and white with light blue highlights, and then purple, like, quaternary colors. In fact, that kind of matches my hair. That looks good. It's not armored. Like, it's almost caster gear, right? Except for the neck plate and the elbow pads and the shoulder pads. Growing Way. Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Living Way would help. Yeah, we know you did. No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loperates are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think we best play along. For now, at least. Yeah, I mean, checking out the archives is legit. We can just teleport to the Watcher's Palace anyway. Let's go. Oh no, there's 2 more side quests. Are most of the Aetherites through side quests? Because I've only found, like... There's definitely still parts of the outside moon I've yet to explore, but I've only seen 1 in here. And then... maybe 1 outside? I don't even remember if I saw 1 outside. Knocking, I would like some help. You have a moment? I suppose... Ever since we awoke from inspection, a friend of mine has been acting a little funny. Funnier than usual, even. I can hear him singing from all the way over here. I would go and call on him, as I do, but he always insisted nothing's wrong. I think he'd be unable to help himself from opening up to you, though. He has always been ever so fond of people. Would you mind lending him an ear or two? Yeah, I suppose. Many thanks. My friend's name is Dreaming Way, and he should be somewhere nearby. Just follow the lamentatious snuffling. I think we saw Dreaming Way earlier, right? Let's go talk to Dreaming Way. I think I remember seeing Dreaming Way the last time I was here. Yeah. Sigh. Stay focused, Dreaming Way. Sure, you're no working way, but... Oh my. Hey there. You're not a Loperate. I'm not. Am I dreaming? Is the day finally here? Am I truly talking with a visitor from Theris? You are. Well, whatever can I help you with? Kind, madam. One of your friends asked me to check on you. Who put you up to such a thing? In any case, I couldn't bother an honorable guest with my silly troubles. I'm kind of a goody two-shoes helper type. If you insist, perhaps I could share a nibble of what's on my mind. But first, may I ask your name? I'm Rad Mahou. A truly spectacular name. I'm sure it speaks to your character, in one way or another. Yeah, you could say that. If only I could say the same for mine. Perhaps it was a mistake to choose Dream from that tome of words. For try as I might, I have no such thing. Aww. Seeing everyone else live up to their names since our awakening has only made me more aware of it. The people of Aetheris, on the other paw, seem to dream a great deal. Have you any advice for me? Damn, both of these are good. Focus on what you love to do. Doing that well will help everyone else. Oh, but that's the problem. I haven't the foggiest idea. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe you just try different things until you find stuff you really like. And you'll come to love it. Though my fellow Loperids might. I've known them since we were created, so perhaps they see something in me that I cannot. With their help, you must be able to find an objectively appropriate dream for me to pursue. You know best what would be of service to mankind, after all. Objectively appropriate, though. I'm certain there are multiple answers. I'm all ears, so you need only tell me once you've come up with something. Anything at all. Do I have to go to... Okay, good, good. He's no sluggard, I can tell you that. Always happy to lend a paw when there's work to be done. Compared to some others, well, let's just say that he's a great help. Helping Way would be cool, right? Where else do I have to go in here? Buy the other quest. Go pick that up at the same time. Burst cooperative. Oh, you know I like dangerous things, eh? You have a penchant for excitement and adventure, right? Yeah? Then I assume in your travels you have doubtless heard tale of the Alligans. Yeah? They've been up to no good, like, a lot. Thought as much. I ask because I have plans to survey an Allegan relic not far from here. The weapons guarding it, however, make it too dangerous for me to go alone. Oh, wow. We gotta go all the way over there for this? I trust you see where this is going, so are you interested in a little adventure? Sure, I want to go check that place out eventually. Much obliged. Now let's be off. No time to waste. I'm gonna do some things around here first, but I'll see you soon. Want to know about Dreaming Way? I can't say I know him terribly well. He's always rushing off on a new task just as soon as he finishes the old one. I've always thought him a good sort, though. Good helping way. Kind way. Dreaming way? He can do anything he sets his mind to. He doesn't complain about getting his paws dirty either. That said, I'm not sure I can think of anything he's particularly gifted at. Helping way. Just helping out other people can be fine, you know? That's kind of what I do in this game. Music is such a nostalgia trip. Did they have aught of interest to share? Please say they did. Aught? You should meet Urianger. That's more or less what I expected, I suppose. Nice enough, but in no way gifted. Perhaps I was never meant to dream. I don't know, man. It's never too late. You can always learn something new, or continue helping people out. That's good. You really think so? Goodness, people are truly as kind as they say. It depends on the person. In that case, I promise not to give up until we've found my dream, even if it's the last thing I do. That got grim. Let's exhaust our other options before we go for anything potentially lethal, shall we? Yeah! And, you know what? I might come back to that one off-stream. For now, let's hit up a teleporter and go upstairs. Oh, and also register this. That's not a teleporter that I can use. I think, since the other one is on the other side, like over there, I think, let's just hoof it. I wonder if I could even fly in here. You could build a whole nother city inside here, for sure, but as far as, like, fitting all of the people of the first, or even most of them, or even 60% of them, not the first, the source, that might be a big ask. And, Fino, Thancred, and Stola, we're going to want to save all the other shards as well. Hydaelyn's plan may not be good enough. These are doors. Right, Growingway? These are doors, right? The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go find whoever has the key. Is this really a door at all? If you have not else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Aetheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Livingway's game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growingway. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris under reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take the risk? We just told you why we would take the risk. There's no rooms for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. You're gonna have trouble stopping us. You're gonna have big trouble stopping us. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If you're gonna force our hands, you're gonna have big trouble stopping the three of us. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Yep. That's the position we've been put in. Agreed. Let's reconvene where Argos waits outside. I'm gonna look at you menacingly. If you really decide to fight me, it's gonna be funny. Oh my. Yeah, there's really not much you can do. Get that back up. You can dot. And you get way too much damage. You're fine! Oh, what's up, Growingway? Welcome back. Guess what? Not going quietly. You're not even a threat. You're not even a threat. I'm sorry. You've done great works here. I'm certain we can convince some people to come here. But, like, maybe you won't even need to flee Aetheris if what we try to do succeeds. You know, you have your purpose, but if we succeed and avert or cancel the final days, you can just like have this super nice place to live and then start sharing it with the people of Earth. You're already communicating with the Sharlayans, probably. So you can just be your own culture. You could even, well, it would probably be somewhat catastrophic to leave with the moon. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find her Jay. Yeah! Let's do it. I find it hard to believe they're not there yet.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
You're only just now asking?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
You think he would just leave without his kin?
But I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Thank you, Urianger.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
And you know, we will.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
And we are right behind.
Oh, bugger!
It's just comically cartoonish. Yeah, give it to him straight. It's fine. There's not much they can do to stop us.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose?
Yeah, I mean, you have nothing but our best interests at heart.
For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure.
That too.
It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Yeah, we're...
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
We're not mad at you. We can't be.
Names are an expression of the self. A declaration of one's hopes and aspirations.
That's right.
Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose.
Nomenclature. I always heard nomenclature.
There can
Nomenclature.
be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yeah, we know you mean us no ill will. Not in the least.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing.
You really have been reading dictionaries.
We Loperids were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris.
But her plan is to abandon it.
That shining, shimmering blue jewel. Brightest star in the sky. Brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well.
You know what? I think you'll get to do that.
That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe.
And some semblance of that plan may very well
If there's anything
happen.
wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
We have that. Of that we have no doubt. None at all.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides.
Yeah, how has that not happened in 12,000 years?
Singingway, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou,
Exploring
my
the
friend,
oceans is pretty cool.
Oh, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
That... That's
Puddingway.
pretty good.
Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of
That's
time.
pretty good.
When I was a bookish boy, a dear
You're still
friend
a
of
bookish
mine was
boy.
fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson.
Aye. A good lesson.
The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment.
There's much you have to teach the people of Aetheris, and much to learn. It's the same for everybody. The ink he made.
Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course.
Some of them.
Until they do,
Maybe
beg
most
your
of them.
patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations.
Like an actual forest.
But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
Good on you, Urianger.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
Thank you for not being robots of
There you
Hydaelyn's
have it.
design.
I shall remain with the Loperates to ensure that all is in order. Though we must
Okay.
each prepare for every eventuality. You would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Right. It's the backup plan to the backup plan. Main theme
To
starts.
accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and
Precisely.
the souls that call them home.
Right. We've got to save
Which
all
is
of
why I
those.
have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
You have a very short time to transform this place into being able to transport everyone from every shard. Yeah, yeah. shining red with determination. Hydaelyn gave it to me. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. You're still around? He called it Elpis. I do well to remember the name. Elpis, eh? I'll refrain from making a dirty joke about that because it should be pretty obvious.
I hate to interrupt.
L
but
in Spanish means
I feel
V.
like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
Yeah, that's true. I shit-talked his forest non-stop. They tried their best and did very well.
And when next we welcome more guests from affairs, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Aye.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
It was the most obvious assumption.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became.
See?
The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
More and more obvious with every
Though had we
undertaking.
not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans.
We're somewhat still unaware of their
But let us
plans.
continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long
I suppose they were getting Labyrinthos ready for somehow recreating Labyrinthos on the moon, if not just moving it here entirely. But yeah, it's time to get back to Alphino and Alizé. See how Ilsabard is doing. Ah, that would be a pretty good place to call the stream, but I wanna go back to Ilsabard. 'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. Yeah, that was very nice of you. To serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. Dude, they've done some great stuff. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Maybe a while. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetheris, I pray to find you all in good health and good spirits. Definitely still got Aether Currents to go see, and look at all of the rest of this. I may be able to find this by just like going to the back of this room, but Stola, what say you? The hat? Yes. With the Loporits and Eringer's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. That's true enough. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphina and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. We already defeated Zodiark. But yeah, we probably have a lot of work ahead of us. Can I even get to... it's gonna take a while to travel. Can I even get up here? It kind of looked like no, right? Like, look at here. There's a big crevice blocking the way in all directions. And even that bridge I can see from over here in between the place with the spores. Look, I'll frame it. The place with the spores, and over here we have this little bridge, which looks like it's not accessible from over here. So I don't know how to get over there yet. What is that bright green? Are those other shards? What is that? What is that? That's a really, really close star. If it's not another shard. And if they are other shards, they're just separated by distance? But they're definitely separated by time, too. 1, 2, 3... I can't see the full sky, but... That's interesting. What are those green lights? Like, that they're the other shards is, you know, like a basic first assumption, but given what we know of from Shadowbringers and travel between the shards, it kind of seems like they're in a slightly alternate reality. Who do we have over here? Oh. Exit to the Nether Gate. Return to the Tower of Babel. Which is still standing? Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. For now, we need to head back to the Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to tell her. She's really gonna want to know everything we've been through. We killed Zodiark. I killed Zodiark, but we killed Zodiark. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat tempered prisoners when we left. Yeah, same. They have a lot to share with us. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we've learned. I don't know how well that's going to go over with... well, with Charlian. All of our allies will listen to us at the very least. We know not when or where and in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. We may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Yeah, that'll be our first stop. And then everywhere else from there. Let's just skip going through that whole tower again. It's a long way out, and we're here. To Camp Broken Glass. Are we on level 85 quests yet? It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. No. It was a little bumpy, but they were friendly bumps. Outside of that whole Zodiark thing, which happened rather quickly. Oh, also... Xenos is still out there. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? I suppose we weren't gone too long, right? We succeeded in subduing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here. So we have petitioned the aid of allied nations. Some are, understandably, hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not all. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers here have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. It's handy. Were those trees outside always green? I might need to look around. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. Yeah, we really should have handed them those charms a lot sooner. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. I mean, at this point, let Garlemald be Garlemald, and, like, assist them, and heavily encourage them to not be imperialist warmongers any longer. They can trade. We can send help. Can't exactly teach a lot of them magic, but, you know, they have tech. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. Success! For mercy, the process was apparently not as violent as that you experienced in Thavnir. Whoops. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled with thrilled the Mother Porxie affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Temperate has been completed. Treatment of transfer. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. Yeah, there's probably a lot of them. I believe that accounts for recent events here, so what of the moon and the Telophoroi? A lot happened. Zodiark's dead. The final days are on their way. We met little rabbits on the moon who have a escape pod for this entire planet, but not the other shards, so, like, we have different plans. The final days, gods. I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. Seems it's only the beginning, really. No more Fandaniel, though, so we've only got one theater kid to worry about. There's still much we do not know, but the Alliance must be told. Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties, that they may return to Hydaelyn. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. And for that, we're going to have to go deal with the Hydaelyans again. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldesian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Good, let's go see Tataru again. Tataru. Tataru. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way, then. Let us be on our way, then. One last thing, if I may. Yeah? After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood has returned here to Garlemald. Yeah? He's gonna be a problem eventually. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is any merit in doing so. Yeah. Given how, like, comic book evil he is. He did say he was, like, leaving to go find greater power, right? I don't know. I want to say both of... I want to say all of these. It's an admirable but futile endeavor. The scouts would be in great danger if they found him, and he's likely not to cause a lot of destruction on his way wherever he's going. And I suppose if anyone was to hunt him down, it must be you. Who else could even hope to bring low that monster? Yeah! He's not going to be raising cities. That's not his shtick. He's looking for some greater power. Zodiark disappointed him. He needs something stronger than an ancient dragon. Well, on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. Good, that's accurate. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. Yeah, good. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. That's good. Everything got thrown into like super disarray when the nation was following his orders. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than any army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Hydaelyn. Back to the Northern Empty and Old Hydaelyn, which is where I started the stream. We're gonna have to go back into Labyrinthios and explore the rest of that place. What is this quest? Diminutive Cleaner. What are you? I guess. I am. As I live and breathe, it is you. I knew it'd be the first to track you down. Who's the guild ship's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of guild ship hunts, yes? They're not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in Niorza, as I understand it. I'd wager they're rather more challenging, but an adventurer of your caliber would never turn down a challenge, would you? No, you would not. Pray speak with Northota at the Peristyle to register your interest at your earliest convenience. So you just... I'm gonna go speak to this dude then, because you will simply allow me to pursue guild ship hunts. Hi, I'm Northota. Have you come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? I've been told to talk to you about guild ship hunts. By the scholar, you're Rad? I was half convinced I'd set the others an impossible task, asking them to find you. The Gleaners Guild ships has begun posting hunt bills, you see, in the hopes that capable individuals will take up arms to lighten our ever-increasing load. Unfortunately, capable individuals remains the sticking point. Few hailing from our fair polis are willing to take up arms, let alone able to stand against the more fearsome specimens. You, however, have the experience and the grit that we need. When I heard that you had arrived on our shores, it was music to my ears. You needn't work for free, of course. We've done our research, and the rewards we offer are as fine as any you'll find abroad. The currency we employ is a relic of times when Gleaner was a great deal less figurative, so you may find it somewhat eccentric. But it's as good as Gil here. Speaking of eccentric, it should be noted the majority of our clients are scholars. You probably won't have heard of half of the creatures they send you after, but I find it's best not to worry about that overmuch. Yeah, that's fine. The weirder the monster, the better. Slay beasts, collect samples. Try not to think about the long-term effects of touching said samples. Get paid. Simple, no? It sounds very much like a hunt proposal. That being said, I wouldn't dream of throwing you in the deep end just yet. Let's have you start off with some junior marks so you can get your feet wet. You know who I am, right? Guild ship hunts are now available. Okay. You're now permitted to take bills for junior marks from guild ship hunt boards in Old Hydaelyn and Rad Mahou. Defeat the monster described on the bills and you will be rewarded with tokens that you can exchange for exclusive items. To exchange tokens for exclusive items, speak with either Shalashkai in Old Hydaelyn or with Wilmetta in Rad Mahou. New quests and associate marks will become available from North Rhoda and Old Charlian upon reaching level 83. Well, what do you have to offer? Cool. Cool. Bunch of materia. But how do I already have 230 of these? Did I already participate in a hunt? Okay, well we'll come back to that. For now, to Baldisha. Kryl, out here in the entryway. Welcome back, Rad. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is a pain, I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that, I apologize. Hydaelyn called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of aether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Oh, you know, a bunch. Zodiark, Xenos, moon rabbits. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us convene in the main hall once they've arrived. Main hall time! I meant yes. This place is cool. Lots of nice artwork. Lots of really nice artwork on the walls. Hello again, Alpha. No, man, that's a team in of itself. Alphino and Alize, Garaha, Astidian. You're lacking a tank, I suppose. Garaha could fill that role as the Crystal Exarch, but whatever. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all, we understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? He will not. He's still on the moon. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. The Rad can explain why better than I. He's helping the moon rabbits better prepare the Ark, which is totally what the Charlayans are up to. They had some misconceptions about what was required. The final days, as befell Amarat. Indeed. And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? Hey, that's my point. I've no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. Neither do we. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers to that at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarat, the solution would be to alter the flow of aether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not and cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amaratines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amaratines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the forum then. Having worked with the Loperates in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Tataru! With urgent news. The forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What are they up to now? There's only one way to find out. Yeah, let's go to their announcement. We've been speaking with moon people this whole time. Surely everyone will trust us when we make this announcement. The whole idea was to abandon this city and little else to the moon. See, like, this is one city with all that many people. And adventurers in other nations? Do they have that space on the moon? This is gloomy music. We're staring at you, Daddy.
Order, order, I say.
Order, order. Somebody had nice pants.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice.
Do you all even know? Like, did you erase that mind block yet?
This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
You're just going to tell everyone about the final days?
You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances,
we solved that.
We would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether.
That we didn't stop yet.
For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld.
The Talopheroi are no more, though.
The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
You could have perhaps proclaimed that publicly a little bit better.
I've never heard this prophecy.
None of them have.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
All that? That was one line.
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
More words of Eld.
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
You started this whole thing before unlocking your mind block? What happens if one of you were to just...
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Leveilleur. Leveilleur.
"270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea.
Isn't that just everywhere?
This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret.
Now we have to
What those
determine if they're
researchers
lying about
discovered
this
in the
or not.
hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
You found Hydaelyn.
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth A gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
But only this one world, and not the other shards, which most people don't know
Needless to say,
about.
this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold
Literally
end
just
was
coming
all
out.
but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
I mean, that's totally fair, but like, you're literally just coming out to the public and being like, we've been speaking to moon people!
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
No one knows the answer to that. Well, I suppose they
While
might.
we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
They don't really know that
Now
either.
We must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus.
I mean, they do know Zodiark is gone, so like, the powers that be keeping the final days at bay are basically gone.
For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Uh-oh.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale.
And you choose to run.
We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom
Good
of
luck.
Hydaelyn has ever
Yeah,
been
that girl
a
shrugging her
shining
shoulders.
beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue.
No, it hasn't.
It
Your
is our
wisdom has
solemn
been to not
charge
help
to
other
see
nations.
our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
And what of every other nation on the star? There are people here who are not from here.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call
Stay
this
calm
assembly
and
to a
carry
close.
on. Keep calm and carry on. Wait, you just immediately call the forum to a close? No one gets to speak to you? It's that simple? Should there not be, like, hours more of conversation with the public? That's not a forum.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home?
I don't.
That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
He's primarily concerned with your safety and the safety of this
Yes.
nation.
It wasn't for his benefit.
Well, yeah, that much is true too. I'm being cynical.
Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Sure.
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw them.
That's a good line.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
You may not want to well, alright. If Alphanol is okay with it.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Yes. Big yes.
We do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples.
And leaders. And dragons.
These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love.
I think Father Leveleur may suggest that the beating heart of the planet is Hydaelyn.
Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do?
Not even to mention, you know, the capacity of the moon, which we've seen and cannot fit all nations, or the other shards.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence.
Correct.
This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Now he's going to be
Do as
afraid
you
of
will. Just stay out of our way.
Whoa, that's even colder than I assumed. I was going to say now he's going to be afraid of losing his children, which is going to make him more rash or brash. But like, his response is basically, okay, fuck off then. Well, his reason for preparing for the final days was not you two.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
I hope so, but I don't think so. I don't know where you got that reading.
Call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
That's much more accurate.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
Yup. Scion gang, Scion gang, Scion gang.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
I mean, that's a
Would you agree?
start.
And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
You know what? It's incredibly Final Fantasy to be like, oh, we killed
Shall we
the
then?
utmost
To the
ultimate evil
To
thing.
prepare for tomorrow.
Oh wait, it wasn't actually the ultimate evil thing. That's on the nose Final Fantasy. I approve. Good shit, that's good shit right there. Good shit. That's good shit right there. That's some Final Fantasy, if I've ever seen a Final Fantasy. Which is to say, never final. Something like that. Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. No, there's no harm in that. I love that you're standing on a stool. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Sure. Give me that helm! What does my moon helm look like? It's a good time for Hydaelyn to make an appearance, I suppose. We're gonna have to pay her a visit, probably. The moon being a ship is some straight up Gurren Lagann stuff. Visions of the final days, just like Emmett Selch showed people on the first. That sounded more like a message from Hydaelyn than the sound, right? Whoever could it be? Graha? Of all of these, I would guess Graha. Alphanar Alize is a close second. Tataru, who is not on this list. Let's go with Graha. He was even more central in Shadowbringers when visions like that happened. Bam! Dude, is it whoever I picked? Because that would be wild.
I didn't mean to... If you could spare a moment before bed.
That would be like a wild amount of effort. It could be
Thank
any
you.
of these like 6 different people.
I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time.
Yo, best cat boy. I've got to make myself some cat ears based off of Guraha's. Absolutely.
Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you.
This type of message would also be weird coming from Estinian, so maybe it's always Guraha and I just guessed correctly, but man, if it could be any one of them, that'd be crazy.
Xenos and even Zodiark. Your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself.
Have they? They've been tiring.
No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear.
Well, that's why we have a team of friends and dragon allies.
It is surely too much for any one woman.
What are you asking, Guraha?
But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden.
Are you asking to share my bed?
My carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage.
Okay, I can see why Estinian might be a popular choice here, but...
to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind.
Agreed.
Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share.
Oh my god!
Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back on this journey.
No, yeah, agreed,
The
sure.
inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come. To
I
the
don't know
ends
if
of the
pointing at me
world
right there's the
and
greatest
beyond.
move. To the ends of the world and beyond.
But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough.
Are you going to ask to share my bed?
Sleep well, my friend.
Okay. I probably would have said yes. Graha! 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 Tia! He's a Tia. You know what that means. He's a Tia. Graha bugs. A short while earlier, in the Alamigan Quarter. Do we get to check in on Fordola?
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Aye.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, They fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Yeah, we're good
I
like
heard
that.
The same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too.
That was our aim. Why are you
But
so...
is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
Oh no.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
Yeah, I imagine
I see.
Alamigo is
Well, that's a relief then.
still fairly pissed at the Garleans.
I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wait,
Wanted
you
to
mean the
think about it
deployed?
for a while, yeah. But to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Yeah, people are still gonna hate Garleans for a while. Oh no, who the fuck? Meanwhile, in Ishgard, everybody hating the Garleans. Is that how the final days kicks off? Nationalism? That would be kind of odd. Oh hey! Dark Knight bro!
Another day, another commission of paramount importance.
Erenville! Another day, another
Oh,
commission of paramount
what have we here?
importance. What have we here? I love his accent.
hmm.
Oh no. People gonna be feeling weird. So it's already starting then.
Are you all right?
Are you alright?
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
You've better eyes than that, Erenville.
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Alright. I rescind my previous remarks. Your instincts are right on point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's happening in Radzat-Han? Davnir. Almost, but not quite as important. What does my moon helm look like? Oh. I have a better idea. Yes. Oh, wait! What can I even put on my Dragoon? I can take it off, yeah. That's not gonna look good with this armor. That's not gonna look good with this armor. Oh, but I mean... Nah. 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 No. 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 Although I do like that I have a Thebnarian turban already. of wish I had a lighter blue. It's maybe too light. That probably works. Yeah, let's do that. There. No more ugly jaw piece. Tataru. That's level 85. We got super ominous music. You know what? I'm gonna call it right here. And we will start the next 14 stream with our level 85 quests. Bye bye, everybody.